Call Me Cora has a really great message that I think is ideal for anybody of any age, but particularly the target audience. This is the second segment of the 11th episode of the third season of Mickey Mouse Funhouse, and this one takes place in the Adventure Sea Islands. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that location. I don't care about Giant Crab Island. It's just not somewhere I'm that bothered about, but the message is really great. They all go there to have a good time, but Mortimer is calling everybody nicknames. And he calls Donald Mr. Beaks, and he calls Cora Krabby, and they don't particularly like being called those names. And they end up having to tell Mortimer that they don't like these nicknames and to stop calling them by these names. And Mortimer, to his credit, once he learns this, he does stop using those nicknames. And it definitely helps to highlight that you may call somebody a name that you think is affectionate, but that person may not like it. And if that's the case, then you really need to listen. But it's all about communicating with each other and listening to your friends. Because obviously, if they hadn't said anything, Mortimer wouldn't know that they didn't like those nicknames. So it's also about speaking up, because you may not like something, but it may not be clear to the other person that they're doing something to hurt you or something that upsets you, and just communicating, which is always a great bit of advice. Children are always going to call each other names. They're going to come up with nicknames. And if you don't like that nickname, it's important to make them aware of this. But I feel like adults might also come up with nicknames for each other that some people just may not like. Some people might not like nicknames in general. And I think it's a great message for anybody of any age. As I said, personally, I don't care about the location, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's well enough animated. There's a lot to look at. Beautiful colour palette, definitely, but it's not my personal favourite. But that being said, Call Me Cora is still a decent episode of Mickey Mouse Funhouse with a great message that I think we can all do well to remember.